I retired from selling real estate in 2022, and this is why I came back.
I got my real estate license in 2008. I've been an appraiser since 2004, but right around the foreclosure crisis, I started to see homeowners get really poor representation from agents that were taking advantage of them with short sales when maybe they didn't need to short sale or it wasn't the best option. I thought I can do better than this, than what I was seeing. So I went and got my real estate license, and in that first year, I sold nothing. But over the years, I figured out how to do business the right way for me. Um, Set clear expectations with my clients. Made sure the pricing was spot on using my valuation background and expertise, and made sure everybody had a soft landing into either buying a home or selling their home. Then years after having some pretty good success year in and year out, I stopped selling homes. This is why I left real estate and now why I'm back.
One of the reasons I got out of real estate is um, in Park City, agents will take a listing at any price because it's Park City, and they'll do a let's see how we get it kind of a thing because they know that over the long term, if they do their you know broker opens where 30 to 40 different agents show up to the party, and it's kind of like LA and New York in that it's kind of like a social scene where you have a lot of agents show up, and they bring in clients that are international clients. I mean, these are people with really deep pockets. They're the 1% because they want to have a ski in, ski out property. They don't make those very much anymore. So it works there. It doesn't work in markets where you don't have that 1% moving in. And I'm sorry, but a $3 million house in Alpine, even a $5-7 million house in Alpine, is not the same as a $33 million house in Park City. It's a different buyer. And earlier in my career, I made the mistake of going, well, I'll just take. I had a mentor that was like, just take the listing, get it, and then because of your knowledge and your value you bring as an appraiser, they'll eventually come down. And I would have conversation after conversation with in listings, explaining, setting expectations, explaining where the price point should be, and them saying, let's put it here. Are you okay with that? And I'd be like, you're the boss. I'll put it there, but just so you know, we're probably not going to see the showings that you're going to want to see, and no offers.
That happened twice. Two sellers wouldn't listen to my pricing advice and had the price right in the first place that it was sold. And here's how I know why. I expired on these listings because the sellers wanted them to be at a higher price point, even with all of the data I was giving them. And rather than just move on early and say, well, this isn't how I run my business and best of luck to you, I continue to represent them. Property's expired. And on all three of these listings, they relisted with another agent and they priced it exactly where I told them to do it 6 months prior. And guess what? They sold within 30 days. After doing all of that work, setting the expectations, having uncomfortable conversations with clients, and for it to turn out that way, I kind of reached my breaking point as I realized that I didn't want to do business that way. And so I stopped listing homes. I realized that I can't do business with somebody who doesn't trust the data. I can't waste 6 months of a client just trying the market out to see if their home will sell for a price that everybody knows it won't sell for. At the end of the day, I have an appraiser's brain. I deal in facts, not feelings. And if a seller can't accept what the market is telling them, I can't help that. I can't help them. I can't provide the value and the service that makes me the great agent that I am. So I walked away from selling real estate for a couple of years. Um, I went back to just full-time appraising, but something was missing.
The best clients I ever had, we had the same conversation. And I said, that's fine if that's where you want to be. You have a beautiful home. But if we list it here, you're going to have 10 showings within the first week, and we're going to have 2 to 3 offers. And you get to pick then from the strongest offer, and we'll have your home sold, moving you on to the next home that you want to buy. And her name was Melissa. She's awesome. And she said, okay, I trust you. Let's do it. And it happened exactly as I said. And she goes, are you some kind of wizard? You could read the future? And I was like, no, I know that this is the market information is telling me that this is how it's going to go. And sure enough, it went just like that. She was super happy. We got her into a new home. A few years later, they wanted to move down to St. George. She called me up and she said, all right, do your thing. We did the exact same thing. We sold that house. It's still sold at the highest price per square foot in that neighborhood for the entire year. So it doesn't mean that you're listing it at a price where you're not gonna get the biggest sale. You still will get the biggest sale. You'll still, but the key word being it will sell. Your home will sell. And I think some agents are in the business of selling their clients. Other agents are in the business of selling homes. And doing it the other way just to me doesn't work for my soul. And it might for other people, and I'm sure it does, but um, that's what got me out of real estate for after doing it for so many years is running into that other problem, and I won't do that anymore. And I need more Melissas in my life to be able to really enjoy the experience.
So why am I back? Well, I realized something because there's other Melissas that are out there. There are clients out there that trust the information I'm providing them, that trust me in taking care of them through the process, through the transaction, who understand that pricing a home correctly the first time doesn't mean leaving money on the table. It actually means that it's going to sell fast at the top dollar available at that time when you do it the right way. I had so much fun working with Melissa and Craig, and I realized I need more Melissas and Craigs in my life to really enjoy the work that I do. And now I'm only taking listings from people who are ready to understand the value that I bring. And if you want an agent who will tell you your home is worth whatever number gets you to sign their paperwork, look, I'm probably not your guy. But if you want someone who's been appraising homes for 20 years who will tell you what your home will actually sell for, and what the market's doing and be able to execute at the highest level to get you the price in 2 weeks instead of 6 months, that's what I do. I'm not trying to build a team of 50 agents. I'm not trying to sell 100 homes a year. I'm trying to work with, 10 to 15 Melissas, right? People who trust the process, price it right, and get the results they want. If that's you, reach out. The link's in the description. I'm Andrew Diaz, and I'm back.